Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Monday, September 23rd. I believe it's day 70, so we're down to 20 days. So 3 weeks from yesterday's the finale. Yikes. All right, so what's up? Again, it's going to be a bit of a weird, awkward update from me in that I have not been paying super close attention. I have a sick dog, as I mentioned. She's still sick, doing a little bit better, which is surprising because we weren't sure. But anyways, I don't want to go down this road. I was thinking today, I used to have a podcast, Mike's mostly non-Big Brother podcast, but I took that off because of space on Spreaker, and I have it all saved, and I may relaunch it someplace else. But that's where I would spend half an hour talking about all of this stuff that I've gone through this weekend. And I'm not going to do it here on this one because most of you are here to hear what's going on with Big Brother. So I'm going to give you a quick update and let you know, because there is major stuff happening today. And it happened this weekend, and so I do at least want to include it. So I did watch last night's episode, so I am up to date on episodes. Where we left last night's episode was with Mackenzie nominating Chemo and Angela. Angela and Leah think that the target is Chemo. At the time of the episode, Mackenzie's target was Angela, and I thought it was all about revenge for Matt from way back when. But her plan was to actually not use the power veto if she wanted, or if she didn't have to, and then she'd put up. I can't think of names now. Sorry, I'm driving again. Not to nominate, not to use the power veto, leave it the same, and then Angela would get voted out. Now, the power veto, and I think I may have mentioned this yesterday, the power veto was won by Mackenzie. And so Mackenzie, you'd think, wasn't going to use it, but what's happened in the last 24 hours is that Chelsea and Rabina and, well, Chemo too, kind of, it sounds like, have convinced Mackenzie to use the power veto to take Chemo off and put up Leah, and then they plan to vote Leah out. You can't make this stuff up this season. This season is absolutely bonkers. So if the power veto is used today, that'll be the 10th time, I think. It's been used every single time. That's a record. I don't even have to look it up. That has to be a record. There's no way it's been used that many times in a row, let alone total. That definitely will be one that maybe, if it hasn't been looked up already, one of us should go look up. But the intent is that Mackenzie, now how do we get there, I guess, is the question. So let's say that does happen today. How did it get there? Well, they somehow managed to convince Mackenzie, it sounds like, that it would be better for her resume, for her game, if she made a power move, and it would make Chikor happy with her, it would make Chemo happy with her, it would make obviously it wouldn't. I don't think it would make Quinn happy with her. So it is. You need 4 votes to win. Okay, if we're talking end game, and part of, by the way, they played, I think, on Mackenzie's attitude of, this is very important for my game, for my I can't be the one. She said, I can't be the one to put up Leah. I want Leah out, but I can't. Which there's right there. She said, I want Leah out, but I can't be the one to do it, because it'll hurt in jury. But they came back with the argument of, look, if you make it to the final 2, and the only people that will be upset with you, but reality, let's think about that. You have to win, okay, you have to get 4 votes to win. I'm sorry, I'm thinking and talking at the same time. Let's pretend that Angela, Quinn, and Leah have all been evicted. Are they going to look at Mackenzie is deserving of the win versus whomever she is facing. And whomever she is facing, I mean, in my brain, they're going to be like, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think it's good for Mackenzie's game. But somebody has to win, right? So somebody has to win, so you always have to keep that in mind. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think if it logically, if it really makes sense. A lot of people online are saying this is a really stupid move by Mackenzie. And I don't necessarily disagree with them. I think getting out Angela is actually a decent move on her part. Others would say that getting rid of Chelsea would be the move, but it's not an option. It's not happening. I don't think Mackenzie's going to suddenly change her mind and do that. So Chelsea, Rubina, and Chemo seem to be the power trio at this point, although Mackenzie would have said it's her. See, Mackenzie, Cam, and Chelsea. But it seems like Chelsea and Rubina are working pretty hard together, and they're kind of pulling Chemo along. And Chelsea, again, remember, she's kind of good and kind of not good with Cam. Oh, it's a messy season, which is fun to watch. Just don't expect to be naming this person, whoever wins it, one of the best players of all time or anything. But hey, I don't care about that. I care about best player of all time usually means they dominate. And nobody's dominating this season. It's definitely getting handed around and tossed back and forth and whatever. So, I'm sorry, I'm talking in a bit of circles, but again, as I mentioned, I have not been keeping close tabs. The closest thing I did was last night. I'm all over the place, I know. Let's step back to last night's episode, because some of you don't watch the TV episodes even. Last night's episode, and we had heard that, Janky had gone away, and that Ainsley, sorry, I can't remember the name. Ainsley had shown up and was angry. Ainsley was angry, and Janky had gone away. And they made it sound like Ainsley murdered Janky, kind of thing. I was like, okay, this is a bit strange. Well, it kind of happened. So, Janky had announced, which this part was funny. Janky announces that he had such a good time that they're going to spend another week in the backyard, and the house guests are all freaking out. Now, I don't know. By the way, you bear in mind, I have no clue if the house guests really thought for even a second that they were going to spend another day in the backyard. That could have all been acting, because they do put on shows sometimes for the TV viewer, pretending that a machine is actually a time-traveling or time-shifting machine kind of a thing, that they can change the outcome. But let's pretend that they weren't in on it. So production has Janky say, hey, we're going to keep you for another week. And they're kind of like, what? No. And then Janky started glitching out and basically died in front of them. Dramatically, over the top, silliness in a way, but still kind of dark, kind of blew up. And, it was almost about, I wanted to say, what a world, however the Wicked Witch of the West went down, kind of melted into the floor to where just the head was on the floor with X's for eyes. I don't know. I get it. People are loving it. I'm just like, this is kind of dark. And I say that, and I tweeted it this morning because, there's a lot of people watching the show right now that are like, I grew up with this show. I grew up watching, Derek dominate and watching Dan and watching all of these things. And remember, we said it became cartoonish and kind of oriented for kids. Okay, so you got an 8 or 9 or 10-year-old watching Janky and then watching Janky die. That seems a bit dark to me. That's all I'm thinking. That just seems a little bit dark to me. But okay, guys, if that's how you want to play it. And that's what they did. They killed Janky. And I just thought to myself, all right, if we're going to go silliness, then I'm going to make a picture of this silliness. And I took Kenny, the South Park Kenny, and I put him next to, standing next to the booth with the Janky kind of there in a pile, and I just put, oh my God, they killed Janky. And that was my little video, or my little Photoshop from last night. The one thing I did just for the hell of it last night, and it was quick and easy to do. So, yeah, that just seemed dark to me, but it is what it is. And they did a montage of Janky moments with the house guests talking about Janky, and it was silly. As an adult, I can say it was very silly and all that. But as someone who doesn't have young children, if I had young children that were watching it, I might be a little bit like, guys, really? So anyways, it doesn't matter. It's over. That was the show. So what's going on? I realize I've talked in a bit of circles and not been very specific, other than to say that it really does sound like Mackenzie is going to use the power veto on chemo and then put up Leah. And that will make for interesting feeds after the power veto meeting. Maybe Leah will just go back in the back bedroom and just stay there for a day or two. I don't know. And the plan is that Leah will be the one being voted out on, she'll be the one getting voted out on Thursday. But you know what? I don't know. She could flip the script and they get Angela out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all what's going to happen. So that's where things stand, right? It should be interesting. It should be interesting feeds. I don't know if I'll be watching them. I am not working today. I took the day off in part to take care of the sick dog. And so I'll see if I tune in to catch that. But again, power veto doesn't usually happen until late in the day for me on the East Coast, on the Eastern time. So it may very easily be 4 or 5 p.m. until the feeds come back from the power veto meeting, depending on when they do it. They could do it early, too. They may decide we're getting this out of the way quick before Mackenzie changes her mind. If production wants Mackenzie to actually use it on Leah or on chemo and put up Leah, then by God, production will hurry that right up. I guarantee you that if the House is setting the way they would like to see it go, they will either, if it's not going the way they want, they might lengthen it out and try to get someone to change their mind, or if it's going the way they want, they might shorten it right up and get that meeting done. It's happened time and time again over the years I've watched Big Brother, and so I've never talked to a production person about it. I've never, and they would probably never admit it, but I'm telling you right now, they definitely try to, guide things to go a certain direction. And if they feel that Leah versus Angela is better TV than Angela versus chemo, then they're going to make sure that they're going to try as hard as they can to make Leah versus Angela happen. Okay, so that's what's up. Thanks for listening to me. It was nice to just kind of go off on this for a few minutes, and I will post this, and we'll see if I do another one tonight or not. I don't know, but thanks again. Thank you to those that have sent out well wishes. Thanks to those that have even thought well wishes. I appreciate it. I don't expect that, and by all means, just thank you again to everybody, and we'll talk to you guys maybe tonight. We'll see. If not, we'll talk maybe tomorrow. I do plan on having a work day tomorrow, so I should be driving and have time to talk. So I will let you know what I figure out, or what happens, and if it's TV worthy. I don't know. As I always say, I don't care who wins. So this has just been fun watching it bounce around, and we're gonna watch it bounce around a little bit more, it seems like, and we'll see who pulls this off. I don't know which way it's gonna go, which is good, right? That's good. Unpredictability, expecting the unexpected, yada yada, all that good stuff. So with that, I am going to sign off now. Wish you guys a happy Monday, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.